We're Emily and Matt, and this is Where's Wiseman. And in this video, we're road tripping through the Cotswolds and Bath in beautiful England.
Let's go. Well, ready to go?
Let's go. I'm not driving.
Oh yeah, let's do this. Like riding a bike, right?
This is so weird.
So if you haven't seen it, we have rented a car in a foreign country before, actually, in Scotland and Ireland. It doesn't come right back, but I feel okay.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
You just have to consciously think about what lane you're in all the time. We're very lucky, and this is one thing to think about when you're renting a car, like from Turo, where you're going to be picking it up, because the neighborhood we're at was perfect for this. We picked it up in Notting Hill, which right now is a ghost town, so this is nice, getting used to the road again. And yeah, I like that the signals here are very similar to back home too. So one good thing we have going for us is miles per hour. In case you didn't know, Scotland, England, it's miles per hour, not kilometers. But everything else is in metric. It's so odd, but makes things a little bit easier. I just noticed this speedometer said miles per hour, and I got confused, and I just remembered. However, Ireland is kilometers. We drove there as well.
The first leg of our road trip across southern England would take us northwest from London through the Cotswolds before heading south to Bath. Just outside of London, we decided to make a stop at Windsor Castle, which is the oldest and largest occupied castle in the world. We had a jam-packed day planned and didn't have much time to spend here, so we took a quick walk to the castle and through the town before grabbing some breakfast and hitting the road.
We rented a car through Turo, which is what we did for our Scotland road trip. If you're not familiar with Turo, it's essentially like Airbnb but for vehicles, where you're renting someone else's personal vehicle instead of going through a rental car agency. We found the rental process to be very easy and all done through the Turo app. And it was very affordable, about £35 a day. We do recommend getting a hybrid car with an automatic transmission and unlimited miles if you're planning a longer road trip. Also, keep in mind the size of the suitcases you'll need to fit in the trunk when selecting your vehicle.
We continued on through the beautiful English countryside towards the Cotswolds. The Cotswolds covers a huge area, almost 800 square miles, and runs through 5 counties in England. The Cotswolds is home to some of the most unspoiled, historic, and famous towns and villages in England. The honey-colored stone buildings provide a quintessential English charm found nowhere else in the world. In researching the Cotswolds for this trip, we narrowed it down to a handful of villages and sites to explore, including Chipping Campden, Broadway Tower Castle, Buford, and Morton and Marsh, before finally deciding to stop at the Rollright Stones, Burton On The Water, and Castle Combe.
Our first stop was the Rollright Stones, which includes the King's Men Stone Circle. This stone circle was probably erected around 3000 to 2200 BCE and is the most easterly stone circle in Britain. The layout of the ring suggests the stones originally formed a circle of up to 105 stones. These circles were used for ceremonies attracting local communities and others from further away. While walking around the ring, we noticed ribbons on a tree, which reminded us of the hawthorn fairy tree at the Kinmore Stone Circle in Ireland. Pretty neat, unique spot. These rocks, they look a lot more eroded than, like, say, Stonehenge. Most likely because this is over 4,000 years old. It's pretty crazy. But nice little spot, beautiful drive out here as well. Gotta check it out.
We followed the signs for parking at Burton on the Water and enjoyed a short walk into the village. Well, that was easy, and it was only about $3.50 to park for 2 hours. So, good deal. We are making our way into the heart of Burton on the Water via the cutest footpath ever. Burton on the Water is a popular destination with the gently flowing river Windrush running through its center. There are 5 low-arched stone bridges across the river, giving Burton on the Water the nickname of Venice of the Cotswolds. You know he'd try that in the Jeep.
Let's do it.
We took our time wandering along the river and made our way to the model village, which is a 1/9 scale replica of the center of the village. The model took local craftsmen 5 years to build and was officially opened in 1937.
Well, that was an awesome stop. Easy in and out on the parking. Beautiful town. But next we're gonna get back on the road and about an hour to Castle Combe.
Or Combe. We're not sure how to pronounce that.
Yeah.
But this is supposed to be like the most picturesque, very quaint Cotswolds village. But we're excited to go check that out. So that's where we're going now.
Well, driving is already natural again. Loving it. Love the 2-lane highways in the UK. It's just beautiful. And probably a lot of you are wondering what time of the year this is. It's kind of shoulder season, heading to off season, I guess you could say. And the drive is beautiful. We're catching just the end of all the fall color. It is early November right now. Honestly, the weather's not bad. It's gray, it's cool, and it's just beautiful out. So definitely don't shy away from fall, maybe even headed into a little bit of winter.
We are making our way down into the village of Castle Combe.
Yeah.
Hopefully we're saying that correctly. Something to note if you're going to come here and you're going to drive here, make your directions take you to the visitor parking. Don't just pinpoint the actual village, because to get down into the village, it's really tight roads. There's like no parking down in there. And then to keep continuing on your way out, it's a really long,
even tight,
windy
road. No pullouts at all.
Yeah. So just make sure you get your directions to the visitor parking here, and then you are going to be walking a ways to get down into the village. So keep that in mind for accessibility. And then on the way back, it's going to be uphill.
Here we go.
So yeah, we'll show you the village when we get there. Castle Combe is a quintessential English village, often named as the prettiest village in England. It has a rich history, and the houses are made up of the honey-colored Cotswold stone typical for a village in this area. Within Castle Combe, you'll find a market cross and St. Andrew's Church, which dates from the 13th century.
If you decide to drive in the UK, we've found it's best to check routes in your preferred mapping app before taking off. For instance, Google Maps will pick the most direct route, which will take you on some pretty tight, slower county roads. Generally, taking a longer route via an M, which is similar to a highway or interstate in the US, or an A or B road will get you there just as fast, if not faster. However, if you aren't in a hurry, some of these tighter county roads take you through some beautiful countryside and can be a lot of fun to drive.
Bath was founded in the 1st century AD by the Romans, and it's known for and named after the Roman-built baths, using the natural hot springs found in the area. Driving into Bath, we were blown away by the beautiful Georgian architecture and couldn't wait to explore around the city. Our Airbnb should be right around here somewhere. We are looking for number 7.
Holy cow, what a day. We're now in Bath. It's been non-stop action.
Go, go, go.
Yeah.
So we checked into our Airbnb. We'll give you a tour of that maybe in the morning. Getting ready to go into the Thermae Spa, I believe is what it is. You can't come to Bath and not do a bath or a spa.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing. And I think our bodies and our legs really need this after walking 10 plus miles for the last couple of days in London. If you missed that video, go check that out.
Yep.
But no phones and no cameras, obviously, in the bathhouse, as you would expect. So we'll have to put that away, and we'll put some pictures up from the internet or something and show you guys what it looks inside. But we are really looking forward to this.
Been here less than an hour already. Loving the city. Wish we'd booked a second night. We may have to still do that. We'll see.
Yeah, maybe we'll have a change of plans. But right now, let's go get in the spa.
Let's go relax. And yeah, part of the spa experience is right up there.
Rooftop spa. Supposed to have amazing views of Bath, so here we go.
Must have a little juice left in the legs. I'm excited. Thermae Spa houses the only natural thermal hot springs in Britain you can bathe in. And after all of the walking we did during our time in London, we were more than ready to relax and soak in the mineral-rich thermal waters just like the Romans did over 2,000 years ago. During our 2-hour session, we had access to the open-air rooftop pool with spectacular views of the city skyline, an indoor pool, and a wellness suite with a steam room, an infrared room, and an ice room. After the spa, we had dinner at a local pub before calling it a night.
Our Airbnb was a spacious 2-bedroom flat right in the heart of the city, just a few minutes walk from all of the main attractions. It was very affordable, and we'll leave a link to the listing in the video description if you're interested. Well, good morning from Bath.
We're still here.
We're still here. We actually changed our plans and extended our stay here in Bath for one more night. We were supposed to go to Brighton, spoiler, and go to Stonehenge on our way, but that'll be in the next video. Maybe not Brighton, but Stonehenge for sure.
Yeah.
But we just wanted more time to explore the city and the beautiful architecture. Right now we are in the Circus. And you can see all of the Georgian style buildings behind us. These are just residences, I believe.
We got here and instantly fell in love with this town.
It's amazing.
It's just beautiful. And there's so much in the downtown area you can walk to within a few blocks. And we had a perfect place to stay. Happened to have an extra night, so we took advantage of that opportunity. So we're gonna see a bit more here.
Yeah, all right, let's go explore Bath.
The Circus is a historic ring of large townhouses within the city and is a beautiful example of the Georgian architecture Bath is known for. Circus means a ring or circle in Latin. The Royal Crescent is one of Bath's most iconic landmarks and was built between 1767 and 1775. 30 terrace houses curved around a perfect lawn overlook Royal Victoria Park. Pultney Bridge, crossing the River Avon, is another beautiful example of the Georgian architecture in Bath. It's also one of only 4 bridges in the world to have shops and restaurants across its full span on both sides.
The Roman baths, located in the heart of the city, was one of the great religious spas of the ancient world, and the people of Roman Britain came to bathe in the waters of the natural thermal springs, which still flow with hot water today. The baths were not discovered and explored until the late 19th century and are preserved in 4 main features: the Roman bathhouse, the sacred spring, the Roman temple, and a museum which holds artifacts from the Roman period. All buildings at street level date from the 19th century.
We began our tour on the terrace, which overlooks the Great Bath and is lined with Victorian statues of Roman emperors and governors of Britain. We then moved into the museum, which contains 2 models of the Temple and Baths complex and thousands of archaeological finds on display from pre-Roman and Roman Britain. The sacred spring is at the heart of the site. Naturally hot water at a temperature of 46 degrees Celsius or 114 degrees Fahrenheit rises here every day and has been doing so for thousands of years.
The Great Bath is a massive pool lined with 45 sheets of lead and filled with hot spa water. The bath is 1.6 meters deep and has steps leading down on all sides. The water is green in color because of algae, but in Roman times, a roof over the bathhouse would have blocked the sunlight and prevented algae growth. A large, flat slab of stone is set across the point where hot water flows into the bath. It is known today as the diving stone. Well, we have just finished our tour of the Roman baths. It was amazing. Highly, highly recommend. Put it on your list if you're coming to Bath. And now we're just sitting at a little cafe right in that square. The Bath Abbey is right next to us. It's amazing as well. We're going to hit that next. We're just enjoying a latte and a toasty, giving our legs a break, and then we're going to continue on. We took some time to visit Bath Abbey, also in the heart of the city, admiring the beautiful architecture of the fan-vaulted ceiling dating from the 1500s and its many stained glass windows. There are also 1,500 memorials on the Abbey's wall and in the floor. Okay, next stop is Sally Lunn's right behind me for a Bath bun. I think it's a roll crossed with a donut. I'm not really sure what to expect, but Bath is known for them, so we're going to go try them.
Sally Lunn's claims to be the original Bath bun and was first recorded in the late 1700s. It's a very light, sweet roll similar to a brioche and served with butter and jam.
So we ordered one of the Sally Lunn buns, and I got tea, and Matt got a beer. And you only get a half of the bun. And you'll see why, because it's as big as my face. So we've made our way to Rooftop Terrace at Hall and Wood House. This place is actually right across the street from our Airbnb, and we've had our eye on this rooftop terrace for the entire time we've been here. So we came up here to have a beer and enjoy the views, but I think we're gonna go find a heat lamp because it's a little chilly. We decided to pick up a late night snack and some breakfast for the next day before heading back to the Airbnb to pack up and get ready for our next leg of the road trip. I love your clean undies on the table. Okay. That's some real nice words of mine right there.
Well, thanks for joining us on this trip to the Cotswolds and Bath. Next up, Stonehenge. Don't forget to subscribe, like. We'll see you in the next one.